So Rhys, good to catch up with you after our progression in the FA Youth Cup over Wythenshawe. What did you make of the game?
I thought it was a good game overall. I think we played really well. It took us a good 5-10 minutes to get into the rhythm of things and start to see the things that we've been through in the week, but they slowly got themselves into it and made a good account for themselves in the end. I thought they played really well.
Do you think the fact that we conceded so early in the game really helped us to kick ourselves into life?
Yeah, I think you look at the last game they had in the FA Youth Cup, it was a bit like everything was set on it. The lads felt a lot of pressure. So obviously that's their first game in that cup since then. And I think for them, it was about trying to find their feet in it. Unluckily for us, they've pumped the ball up top and it's been nodded in and we just weren't switched on. But obviously that's your wake-up call then. You've got to be switched on at that point. And we sort of looked to settle in and start playing the ball around a lot from there.
We certainly had a lot of joy in wide areas. Was that part of our game plan for the day?
For that specific game, yeah, without giving too much away. Obviously in the week we planned looking at switching play and just creating the overload, and we sort of managed that in certain areas and then getting balls into the box we did. Once we started to see that and getting that switch, everything seemed to come into play. It was sort of getting it leaking through the pitch. We wanted to see the defence switching the ball around a lot more and then start finding the wingers and bring them into play, keeping minimal touches in the middle of the park and just looking at that press as well were the main things for me. And I think as soon as we nailed that down, we were hard to deal with.
Like you said, it was certainly made it difficult for Wythenshawe to create much. You must be pleased with the way that we defended as well.
Yeah, I'll say one thing for Wythenshawe. I think they started the game, they came at us really well.
Yeah.
Came at us really well. They won themselves a free kick. We weren't switched on. They put it upfield and straight away, little nod on. Great finish by the striker. That puts them ahead. I mean, games can change and that could have been a 1-0 that game if we'd never stepped up and put the pressure on. But the lads found their feet and again, they just moved the ball around well and played exactly what we wanted in that game, and hopefully we can start to see that in the games going forward as well.
How pleasing is it for you that we've got a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds here that are so composed on the ball and are able to pick those passes to those wide areas?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the club as well in terms of the players who've been here a few years, that we have some older heads in here that can stay composed and get on the ball and like I said a minute ago, just the ball in the middle of the park, 1-2 touch, nothing panicking, not trying to take 7 touches in midfield and trying to shift the ball into areas where there's oncoming traffic. But again, those are the steady heads in the group, and for the couple of younger ones that are in there, really helps them with that experience.
And for you, obviously, it's a victory in the FA Youth Cup. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, you're always happy with the win, aren't you? I think that's the first one. It's always getting the first one out of the way, no matter who the opponent is. You can only face who's put in front of you, and they were a good opponent for us the other night. They came straight at us, like I say, but once we found our feet and we got on the ball, I think we've shown what we can do, and I still think there's more to come from them.
And speaking about what's in front of us now, obviously we're back here again for the next round against Whitchurch Old Port, which will be another really good test for the lads, won't it?
Yeah, I think it will. I think no matter who we come up against now, obviously we'll go over, get the squad together again, go over things in training that we want to do for this game, and hopefully everyone gets their heads on it and we push in the same direction again like we did for the last game. But whoever we come up against, Whitchurch are going to want to come at us. They're going to want to stay in the cup, ultimately. Do you know what I mean? Everyone wants to be in that next round, and that's the same job for us. We want to be in that next round for the next round and see who we get as we go. But ultimately, we've got to get through this match first. And
it's a great experience for the lads to be able to play in front of a crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think, do you know what? It was nice to hear the crowd. I think you could hear them all the way through the game. When we scored, obviously the cheer from the crowd, the lads sort of fed off that, and I think as soon as we got our foot in the game in that, it was brilliant. Like, you could sort of feel the atmosphere, and I think it's one of those where they get that experience and that sort of been put in that environment, so they're sort of ready step by step to take those steps towards first team football.